Greetings, everyone, and welcome to today's show. I'm John Clay, your Chief Strategist and your host of Benefits with John Clay. Today, we're talking about a new area, the DNA of future CFOs. Everything is good here, and I hope all is well with you. Shout out to our sponsor, none other than Better Source Benefits, Benefits Options Solutions. Give them a check at www.bettersourcebenefits.com and click on the results page because that's what we're talking about is results. We prefer to deliver results, and that's why we're getting into the DNA today of future CFOs. You know, a chief financial officer, let's define what we're dealing with. Chief financial officer is central to the success of any business. And research has uncovered some really nice nuggets that we're going to talk about today on the role of the CFO and how it's being significantly reshaped. You know, we've had massive change lately as a result of the evolution in business strategies. We've had operations that have been compromised in many companies over the last few years by a massive change with pandemics, hybrid work environments, the great resignation, quietly quitting. We've talked about all kinds of stuff going on here. Difficulty finding blue-collared workers. We're talking about interviewing 10 to get one. And even then, you've got the no-call, no-show on a freshly hired employee. It's crazy. We talked in previous shows about white-collar workers and how they're citing greater competition for top talent. You know, they demand more money, increased salary demands, driving up the costs. You've got to cover those costs. And if you're a CFO, you know, you're kind of the meat in the middle of that sandwich. You've got the bread on the top and the bread below you, and you're the meat in the middle. So it's especially a challenging time to recruit for on-site and off-site employees if you're in a hybrid work environment, because you never know what you're going to get. If you've got on-site laboratory or scientific positions, what a challenge that is. So you've got remote work taking a big step forward in the recent months. So remote work is on the top of a lot of people's minds. So let's talk about the most prevalent organizational and operational issues that are going on today, because what we're trying to do is say, all right, here's what you've got to look for as a CFO, either as a potential CFO or if you're an existing CFO, because, hey, you got to keep your job and you got to make things happen for the company. So let's talk about connecting the organizational systems. We have a link to everything thanks to our cell phones. You know, the personal remote for life, right? The cell phone, everything's linked. How easy is it to link these systems in an organization? Well, it's not that easy now, is it? It's amazing that different systems across the organization don't really talk to each other. So there's a push right now to get that done because we got to have instant access to everything. That's what we're the culture is transforming into that instant access type of existence. And on top of that is the need for that real-time data, because as you've seen the uplinks on all of these retail stores, think Walmart and some of the other things, what did they do? For years, they've been satellite transmitting real-time data with their sales. Well, that's something that on a smaller scale, small business is not ready, has not yet done that, either through cost constraints or physical restraints or something of that, technological challenges. So we're looking for real-time data. And then once you have all those platforms in place, how are you going to seize a growth opportunity? Because everybody wants to expand their business. They want to stay relevant with their markets. and they want to keep ahead of their competitors. And two of the ways they do that is with pricing and technology, and with real-time data and the connected organizational systems. Seizing growth opportunities is a whole lot easier than what it used to be. So how many of us know this, that it's more complicated than it ought to be, and multiple systems don't talk to each other, and it's a challenge? So, okay, so where is the transformation needed? Or excuse me, in transformation, where is the innovation needed? All right. And, few leaders use the term transformation. Mostly have eyed or have launched already transformational activities, but transformation is a big word that has a lot of connotations with it. And people are, I don't know if they're friendly toward it, but it's kind of we've been through the 80s and the 90s and re-engineering and refocusing, and we come up with a cute term for what we're doing, but it's transformational in the way that business is conducted. And we have a slogan here that says automate, delegate, outsource. And if you think about that, today's CFO is looking to do just that. They're looking to automate, they're looking to delegate, they're looking to outsource, whether they're in a straight through flow manufacturing, if they're in a construction project, if they're in job shop production. They're all looking to streamline as much as they can and make savings happen in that automation that they can reinvest in the business. So the profound impact of these will show the true meaning of what it's like to be a CFO. Let's identify the platform. Where are you going to go to get the platform that can feature the set and scale of automated processes? It can be something as simple as automated payments or reports, or for goodness sakes, how many of us are doing a swipe card now to pay our bill? Online bill payment. It can be something as basic as that. How many of us know that our vendors that we buy things from can take a payment online or take it over the phone for that matter? So these are free things in a lot of cases for personnel to take care of. And you still have to find a balance for giving the value to that employee in your organization. Because if you automate everything out of your business, then you have no reason for jobs. And that's certainly not the case where you've got to have all hands on deck at certain times of the year, in cycles of business, and so on. So that's one area, finding the best platform. The second area is being able to mine data to get the right information to the right people in a timely manner to make decisions about your business, to kind of keep the wolves away and the competitors off your door. There's enormous value in data analytics, okay? And being able to access data quickly with the proper metrics to help construct the right models and streamline or eliminate manual processes. This makes the organization more efficient and eliminates time, and time, of course, is money. Look at your accounting systems. That's where a lot of accounting and finance systems have seen a ton of streamlining. Think QuickBooks. For us regular folks, QuickBooks, what has it done? We got away from the handwritten ledger, right? Well, those streamlined sources of efficiencies work also in MRP. How many of us have old school material requirements planning, where we put in a bill of materials and we blew down to the granular level every component that ran through the shop to make whatever it was, Once upon a time, I was in lift truck business. Once upon a time, I was in the job shop work with aerospace parts. All of those things had a material requirements plan, and those bill of materials and the shop drawings and operations were always part of the streamlining of the 80s. Well, let's take that to the new level and let's have those systems talk to each other. And all of a sudden, you've got a workflow process where the platform can automate low value time and tasks like accounting and financial reporting is done with QuickBooks, and take those to a higher level with complex projects like re-architecting databases or building integrations across old platforms that need to be accessed every once in a while, but we just don't. They've got some value, and we still need access to them. So, bottom line is, organizations are upgrading systems and implementing the new software. It's crucial to have these systems integrated with existing systems. And if organizations aren't effectively implementing a new system, they're looking at them. So CFOs are doing this. They're looking at the current state of affairs. They're entertaining calls on what can be done to help upgrade their life and deliver value back to the ownership so that they can squeeze more profit and generate more revenue for the business. So it's pretty simple stuff. Let's recap. The operational and technological changes are being embraced by CFOs across the country. It's not surprising there are already key changes in motion around the role of the CFO in many organizations. And we're going to introduce a new concept to you called horizontally managing, because that CFO role now needs better skills and tools for the real-time data and analysis. And we're seeing more and more CFOs manage horizontally, which means that they're working in more direct collaboration with other business units beyond the traditional boundaries of the CFO's office. The role is changing with, in a common phrase, and we've seen many comments that emphasize the skills and desire necessary to collaborate personally and integrate technically with other functional groups. Well, let's unpack that just a minute. So our followers know that we see a general trend in the industry of self-funding versus fully insured medical plans. And one of the questions that we ask many of their CFOs that goes along the lines with this horizontal management style is, who has got the P&L responsibility of that medical plan spend? Because if you've heard us before say, you run a healthcare business unit whether you like it or not. So when an HR level person makes $1 million decision to let somebody else handle those dollars without transparency, without reporting, without data, without any kind of system integration that allows them to get access real time to the performance of that $1 million spend, then you're talking about need for that horizontal relationship so that you have a shared opportunity for that CFO to share horizontally with the HR manager and say, hey, what are we going to do about this $1 million? Better data analysis and insights, you're not going to find that with a fully insured option. You're just not going to. So my thing is, change comes from responsibility. And that includes transparency and collaboration to deliver better data analysis and insights. That's a recap of what we're talking about today. And those tools are used in support of business and financial goals in that horizontal outlook. So if you're a CFO and you want to look a little horizontally, we're happy to help you get things going in the right direction with your medical spend. Because once you see the whole picture, instead of just financial facets of business, you'll have the ability to find and drive changes across the organization with a desire to truly see that the evolution that creates a value proposition for shareholders, maintains a premium offering to customers, and solidifies that employee retention. Because folks, they're shopping. We've had another show before, and buddy, they have always been looking for an option. And in the post-pandemic world, I think we've stated 65% of people are looking to make a change, and of that 65%, 45% are actively involved in looking. So the ability to find change and drive change across the organization is the skill set that a CFO needs for the future. Let's go to www.bettersourcebenefits.com and have a look at the results page, because, dude, if you want to see what we're doing, and these are some case studies that we love to share because they're working and these savings are permanent. And that's real EBITDA delivered to your bottom line for you CFOs out there. And we'll help identify opportunities for you to squeeze that out of those medical plans, because their margin is our opportunity. And I look forward to talking with you. I'm happy to invest some time. If you want to click on the John Clay Get Started tab, I'm happy to engage with you. And that's it for today. The DNA of future CFOs. Change, adapt, or die? No, it's automate, delegate, and outsource. And managing horizontally. So that's it again for today. Join us next week, same time, same channel. I'm John Clay, and this is Benefits with John Clay. Check us out again on www.bettersourcebenefits.com. And thanks to all the positive comments and insights that we've had on our show. And thanks to you, Carrie Sullivan, for chiming in. Absolutely. HR used to have rooms full of actuaries before they abdicated that responsibility to the insurance companies. Wow. Terrible. Because now we know the rest of the story. So long.